Okay, so when it comes to dropping a language when you are a junior and you're thinking about your senior year courses, I would say that if it's not something you're passionate about or good at, definitely do it. I did, and it was a great burden off my shoulders, definitely lifting my GPA.
Take so many electives. This school has amazing opportunities for electives, especially the arts. We have such a strong art department. I have taken so many art electives and I wish I could take more.
So I think one of the great things about the science track is that they're not really like dependent on each other, so it's really easy to make the jump after doing regular chem to go to honors bio.
Global is definitely a more inclusive community. You're with the same class for both English and history, sophomore and junior year, and then you continue that senior year. You can do one class or you can do like up to 3, I think.
But again, it's just something I did because I took French. I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it, and it was always a burden, and I just would rather fill my time with classes that I'm actually interested in and that I think will help me for what I want to do in college.
We have jewelry making and glass working. A lot of schools don't have that, and we have those opportunities, especially because you need to balance all your difficult classes or just your academic classes with something fun that you're looking forward to.
So when I was going into my sophomore year, I decided I didn't want to do honors chem because I had a hard course load and I heard it was a lot of homework from a lot of friends, so I decided not to. But I did really well in chem and I was interested in science, so I wanted to push myself and was interested in bio. And so I took honors bio, and I was a little worried at first that it was going to be really hard because I hadn't been in honors chem.
So it's definitely a way to build community, to look at your role in the larger community of the world.
I feel like sometimes kids take classes that are either like too hard for them or not the right fit or like don't play to their strengths because of like external pressures, or like they see like other kids taking these classes, or they feel like they have to take them for college or like to boost their GPA, and I just feel like that's not like a good move.
But it's really manageable. They don't like really relate to each other. It doesn't matter if you didn't take honors chem. The one thing I'd say for specifically the bio to chem is take honors bio if you're good at memorizing stuff.
So I think around the process of picking classes, a lot of people will tell you that you have to do certain things in order to be successful, but I think that's a really kind of vague reason to do anything. And so I think before you pick anything, before you make the choices that are going to affect next year and the next 3 or 4 years of your life, you kind of have to look and you just think about it and decide how you're going to measure your success and what matters to you.
Best advice to a junior entering in the college application process is try to just focus on yourself, because it is definitely a very individual process, and you really shouldn't look at your peers or colleagues as direct competition, because colleges are definitely looking for a very specific type of applicant, and you either fulfill those requirements or you don't.
One thing I think that is a myth about classes at South in regard to global is a lot of people think global is just less work or easier than other classes, especially for honors.
And just make the jump. If it's something that you're passionate about, then it's not a hard jump to make.
Because if taking all honors classes and not sleeping and not having any friends or doing any extracurriculars is what will make you happy and what will help you succeed, then that's great. But if taking no honors classes and being a vibrant member of a lot of different communities is the thing that matters most to you, that is entirely acceptable, and that is a really rewarding way to live your life too.
I would say that is wrong, because it's different type of work, but in terms of just volume, it's pretty similar.
I think the challenges of doubling up on a subject is sometimes you get them back to back and it's just like a lot to take in at once. I mean, when you're taking different classes, you sort of get a break from if you're taking humanities and then math next. But then when you have conservation and then physics, it's just a lot.
It's the same amount of work, it just comes in different forms. So instead of more essays, you might have more group projects and more presentations and stuff like that.
And there's definitely, in between those two extremes, there are so many different options. So you have to decide for yourself what's going to make you happy, because I promise, whether you're scared about college, whether you're scared about disappointing your parents, they will be proud of you and you will end up where you need to be, and you will have gotten there doing things that matter to you and that made you happy.
I would just say, like, know yourself as a learner, and if like for me, I know English is not like one of my strongest subjects, and I know I have a lot of after school activities, so I can't spend like 5 hours writing an essay. So I decided to take that at like a lower level than I would take like another class. So I would just say just know yourself and know your own strengths and make your own decision.
So as you are choosing classes, I think you need to find a balance between what you're taking. It's important to take classes that you enjoy and not just ones that you're taking to take them, because I think that's how you maintain happiness and aren't too stressed going forward.
I think just a good thing to remember for high school is to look out for your friends and your peers, because everyone has something going on, and I think that I've learned through my 4 years of high school that as long as you're there for people, like, they will end up being there for you when you need them. And I think that it's just something that creates a better community, because we should all be looking out for one another. And it's kind of sad that, like, I feel like I have to say that, but believe me, it will help you in the long run.